Hey everyone, Sontendo guy here, and it's now finally here, the 400 sub special video, the one chip challenge. Hooray! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Why did I even bother? I know how this chip is, and it's right in front of me, and its scent is strong. I can actually feel tiny bits of the spice in my nose, and it stings a bit, but not sorry about that. But anyway, yes, this is the 400 sub special that I owe you all, and I forgot to close the door. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm now back. But yes, the one chip challenge, I finally have it. I had it since 2 days ago or yesterday. Just yesterday I was too busy. I went to watch the Atomic Bomb movie, but that's all that. Anyway, here is the box. I've already opened it, and this is the back of the box. I can smell the chip from up here. In case someone someone would like to read that, you can just simply pause the video if you want. After opening up the box, you get this little thing here. I've already opened it. You also get this little thing, which is, it's like a little poster thing that says Crush It, the PodQE 2022 One Chip Challenge. And apparently this chip turns your tongue blue. It even says so right here. Turns your tongue blue. Anyway, I'm going to get into the rules. Now, I have to survive. Shoot. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back again. I had to reset my mom's phone. This is the stopwatch that I'm going to be using. Okay, now for the rules. I had to survive 1 whole hour of this chip or more as an optional thing. But my current thing is to survive this for 1 hour. I have the necessary things with me. I have some chocolate ice cream and a whole big cup of milk, and for dumb reasons, a bottle of tiny bit of water. There's a reason why I'm going to be showing you all this. Anyway, that's it right there. I also have a pile of games right here because a whole hour can be something. So I have a whole bunch of video games here. Anyway, enough shut up. I'm about to enter the danger zone of this beautiful beast. This chip is mixed. This chip is mixed with the Carolina Reaper and a scorpion pepper. It's gonna be painful. Anyway, one of the things I should mention about this chip here, do not apply water to this at all. You put water in your mouth while you're dealing with the pain, it'll just make it worse. And for whatever reason, this thing smells fruity. Like, it has like a combination of a fruity smell. I don't know if that's due to the chip or whatever else they put in it. Oh yeah, by the way, wherever you do, you see these like bits of dust right here. Do not put this on your eyes. It will just hurt like heck. Anyway, enough. Not again. Okay, I'm back again. I got the stopwatch reset right back up. Okay. As soon as I put this in my mouth, I'll be starting the clock. My heart's beating real fast, but here we go. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious, that really did turn my mouth blue. Okay. Challenge has started. Ooh. Ooh. There's the hiccups. Oh, this hurts. Ugh. Ah. Ugh. There's a thumbnail right there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, there's the shaking. Okay, now to tell you why you should never drink water. First off, you put water, you're thinking to yourself, oh hey, that helped a bit. And all of a sudden, it, the flame kicks right back. Ooh. Ah. I don't know why I'm drinking this. I'm sweating. I don't know why I'm doing this. Two minutes in. But yeah, if you but yeah, if you drink water, it will just make it worse. It not barely even helps. Ugh, my throat is hurting. Ugh. 3 minutes in. Okay, nose is starting to run like crazy. Uh, I hope you're all liking this. This hurts. I'm gonna wipe my fingers. So far, the pain is kind of going down a tiny bit, but it definitely hurts. Tongue is still blue. Whew. But yeah, so water doesn't count. It has to either be the ice cream or the milk. If I drink or eat any of that, that means that I lost the challenge. I'm tearing up. The pain, it hurts. 5 minutes in, I'm sweating all over my head. I can feel a tiny bit on my arms. Give me a sec. Gotta get some tissues. Oh, this hurts. I'm starting to calm down a bit. Woo. I gotta admit the water kind of like it helped like 1%. It still makes it worse. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, that was a bad idea to burp. Well, it tasted bad. My lunch, I had some ramen. So far, I'm doing good. Yeah. 7 minutes in. Okay, let's talk about. Actually, you know what? Let's wait a few more minutes, and then I'll talk about it. Some of the games. Oh, the saliva in my mouth is worse. I can feel a tiny bit on my lips. Ugh. I'm tearing. I'm tearing up a lot. I'm still shaking. Tongue is still blue. Whew. I know this is gonna be disgusting, so I'm gonna blow my nose. Ugh. Ugh. 8 minutes in. Feeling a tiny bit of lighthead. So far, I'm pulling through. Ugh. One more minute, then I'll talk about a bunch of random games that I have over here. I'm starting to feel really lightheaded. I gotta admit, okay, 10 minutes in. Okay, I'm going to get a game. I'm going to talk about how I personally feel of it. First off, Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon. Pokemon Legends Arceus. This was the first mainline Pokemon game that introduced a world where humans and Pokemon were never as one. They remained separated. Humans have their own thing. Pokemon have their other. But um a the professor uh of this game, I don't remember what he's called. He first off, the game has you in this empty void, and you meet Arceus himself. And and he asks you to go back to the medieval times of Japan, or the medieval times where they had spears, swords, axes, all these old stuff, and Pokeballs back then were made of wood and not whatever material that gives them that metal look to them. Um, I'm starting to actually now cool down a bit. Oh, and after that, Arceus teleports you then to that age of Pokemon where humans and Pokemons were never as one; they were separate. Whew! I'm feeling the pain. It hurts. Uh, um, the blue on my tongue is starting to fade away a bit. Um, then after that, you fall from the sky. You basically the player goes splat, and then you meet the professor. Not only that, you're met with three Pokemon: Oshawott from Unova, Cyndaquil from Johto, and uh, Rowlet from Alola. Those three are your star Pokemon of the Hisui region. Um, Before Sinnoh was the name, it was originally Hisuian. And after that, you meet some of the characters. You meet the ancestor of either Dawn or Lucas, depending on who you chose, as either the male or the female. And now my stomach is feeling the pain. Um, After that, you meet some of the other ancestors. You meet the ancestor of Rowan, who was the Jubilee town before it became a city. And you meet Cyrus's ancestor, who is this time a good guy, or good girl, excuse me. um, then after that, after you meet everyone, you're then sent out to your first area, which was looks like a mix of different areas. Um, One of them has a forest area, which is Eterna Forest, and it was like what made it feel and look like Eterna Forest was the forest-like area, and also the music of Eterna Forest was there. Um, let's talk about some of the gameplay. One of the gameplay aspects I really my stomach. Really I liked was that you not only need to just battle Pokemon, you can also capture them like how Ash kind of does in the anime. You can either try, but you have to not get caught or be seen by them. If you can get them from behind, uh, if you can get them from behind, that is a critical catch. You get a better chance at getting that Pokemon. And, whew, um, then after you capture them, then instead of the usual 1, 2, 3 shakes, the Pokeball will jump up in the air. If you get one jump, that's a better catch. Two jumps, you get 50-50. The highest point jump, there's a good likely chance uh, that Pokeball will break. There are three different types of Pokeballs. You have your normal Pokeball, you have your Heavy Ball, and you have the Sky Pokeball. I'm a fighter. I'm not giving up. I have cooled down a tiny bit, mostly thanks to the water. Let's see how much time has passed. 18 minutes. Woo! 18 minutes in. Okay, we're back to the mechanics. Yeah, Pokeball, Heavy Ball, Sky Ball. Sky balls you can throw the farthest. Heavy balls are the heaviest, but they're really good for getting a Pokemon from behind. And Pokeballs are just normal. There's also different upgrades of each ball. There's Great Ball and Ultra Ball, the classics. Then you have the heaviest and heavier ball. Kind of, excuse me. Then you have the the upgrades for the Sky Ball. I actually forgot what they're called. Okay, I'm feeling a bit better now. The only thing I'm dealing with right now is stomach pain. I still feel a tiny bit of wooziness. Oh, so that's what causes the tongue to go blue. It's something on the a chip. Because I look at my towel and the dust that was on these two fingers here turned from black to a bit of blue. There's still a bit of black dust left. I don't know what they did. to be that painful. Um, my ear opened up. That probably helps a bit because now I can hear a lot better. Not that I can only deal with this side of my ear. Okay, back to the mechanics. Um, story wise, I will give it a 8 out of 10. I think it was interesting what they did. Oh yeah, another mechanic on the Pokemon will actually attack you either with or without being whew, in a battle. There's also another subspecies of each Pokemon called Alpha Pokemon. They're basically just bigger versions. Like here you have Ursaluna, and then here you have the Alpha version of Ursaluna. It's just this big, massive bear. Ugh. That's just humongous and large. Ursaluna is one of my favorites. I would probably say it reaches top 10 of my personal favorites. Anyway, that's mostly all I gotta say about Pokemon Legends Arceus. I recommend this game. What prevents it from being a 10, it's graphical look. It's not the best. I think it's better than Sword and Shield, but hey, graphics don't mean everything as long as you have good music, good gameplay, decently good story. Sorry about that. Okay. Next up is this game, Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdoms. This one is probably the most unique Yu-Gi-Oh! Game out of all Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. Most current Yu-Gi-Oh! Games tend to just be how you kind of see them with, cards. But this was like way before Synchros, XYZs, XYZs, none of those Synchros. I can't think straight. I can't think straight with this pain. Yeah. No, not that one. I had a black one. I think this is it. No. Whatever. The black cards. Then you have Pendulum, which I have no clue how to do. Then you have these blue cards right here. I don't know what they're link cards, but way before all of that type of summoning, you just had your normal summoning fusions and rituals. But this game didn't have any of that. This game becomes a more traditional JRPG, a turn-based JRPG, excuse me. Anyway, the way how the game's mechanic works is you have this big world. It's not like a whole open world. It's just like miniature worlds that you can kind of explore. You have up to like 5 or 6 captains, I think, each Story has like 12 characters for your like little army. Uh, uh, but yes, you have like you have you have not four, three stories. You have Yuki's, you have Kaiba's, and you have Joey's. To unlock Joey, you need to beat both Kaiba and Yuki. Whatever which one you want to deal with first. Upon beating either story, you unlock one of the Egyptian god cards. If you beat Kaiba's story, you unlock Cypher. If you beat Yuki's, you unlock Obelisk. I guess if you beat Joey, you get Raw, though I never really got far into the game. I haven't even beaten that game just yet. Ugh. Now back to the turn-based thing. So the way that the turn-based thing goes is, to my knowledge, feels like completely random as to who's to go first. Each turn is based off a star chip. The more star chips you have on whatever monster you have, the more turns that monster gets. After defeating your opponents or by not defeating them, you gain experience points. The attack, once you monsters can be claimed through different ways, either through battle or through certain events. Sometimes in each of the mini maps, sometimes they'll have a monster there, and you could either get it through recruiting it through battle or from just simply finding it. I think a simple one is the winged dragon guarding the fortress. You can get him without needing to battle. Another one, a special type of monster, the Gemini elves. You are required to have one of the sisters. If you don't have the sister, then she can't join you. Another thing is next up is fusions. If you don't have that specific fusion card, let's say for example Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, if you don't have 3 Blue Eyes on your team, you cannot summon them. You need to have that rifle card. Another one is of course Thousand Dragon, where you need both Baby Dragon and Baby Dragon and Baby Dragon and Time Wizard to get Thousand Dragon. Another unique thing about Forbidden Frostbound Kingdom is straight up the ability of the ritual cards. If you want that specific ritual, say like Blackluster Soldier, you need to have Gaia the Fierce Knight, in order to get Blackluster Soldier. With Dark Magician of Black Chaos, Black Magician of Black Chaos, you need to have a Dark Magician on you. Next up is now a bit more about the overworld. You have your base and the enemy's bases, along with any bases that are in between. If you get to a base before the enemy, or probably by saving that base, you get some gold out of it. However, gold kind of sucks in the game because you get so little. But there is a cheat code in the game. I think it's up, down, left, right, BA or AB, one of the two, and you can get like a good chunk of gold. I abused the living heck out of it, but I limited to myself with only what I currently have from the last mission. So let's say if I had 2,000 gold from the last mission, and I got, let's say maybe like 1,000 gold. I have I have now 3,000 gold. That's my limitation. Ah, my stomach hurts. Let's see. Let's check on the time. Look at that, folks. 31 minutes in. Oh, I'm beating it. I'm gonna beat it. I won't lie, the water kind of helped a bit. I should probably not have drank it. Actually, in general, I shouldn't have drank because I think the water in my stomach has probably made it worse. I feel like I'm about to be sick. Anyway, if I were to give this game a score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's one of the more unique. My stomach. I think it's one of the most unique Yu-Gi-Oh games. I think on the G1 generation of Yu-Gi-Oh games is probably the most unique out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh games. Anyway, next game. Some of you Marvel fans probably don't remember this. This game is called Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. I don't have much of an idea. I have played it before when I was a kid. I don't know if it's based off a comic book, which is most likely. The premise is an alien invasion. Yeah, I know, how original, alien invasions. Aliens come down to Earth, and almost every single hero has been wiped clean, almost all of them. During the trailers, not the trailer, during the opening cutscene, you see some of the heroes kind of either getting defeated or just disappeared. One that just vanquished is Captain America. Only his shield remains. I don't know what really happened to him. Next up, is the Hulk. He is just thrown to the side like it was nothing. An alien ship just crashes into him, and he's just treated like a toothpick. I feel like after saying that, I think that really upset me as a fan. But anyway, gameplay wise, you have your heroes and your villains. Some of the heroes I know are in there on the cover art. One was Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine. The Thing is also in there. Daredevil, Elektra, and the anti-hero Venom. That's kind of all I know of the game. I know it's a bit of a beat 'em up. Sometimes you will even fight some of the villains. Almost all these villains, I don't even know who they even are. This is the only time I ever see them appear in any of Marvel. Just this one game. One of the villains. Sorry about the glare. I believe this guy here is a villain. This one here is probably a villain. And the one right here is also probably a villain. Okay, yeah, I was just looking at the back of the case. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, I don't know much about it. I think I might do a Let's Play of it for next year. Uh, but we'll have to wait and see. Um, let's see. Not much time has passed. About 37 minutes in. Okay, next up is a classic. Right here we have Sly Coop. Okay, so that's what's glaring off the wall. Right here is Sly Cooper. This is the original classic. The story is vaguely very simple. The main characters are Sly Cooper, who is a raccoon. Then you have Bentley, who is the brains of the operation, is a turtle. So much sense because they're full of wisdom. Then you have the scaredy cat, before he became unscared, is the Murray. Though back then he was a scaredy cat. The premise of Sly Cooper is that Sly was a kid. Whole his whole family has a whole his whole family is entirely of thieves, generations of thieves. He was next in line to be the next Cooper, but he and his family was ransacked by the Fiendish Five, which consists of Raleigh the Frog, Mugshot the Dog, wherever he's supposed to be, Miss Ruby the Croc, the Panda King, the panda obviously, and wherever the heck Clockwork is supposed to be. The premise is that they killed Sly's dad, and he ended up wound up in the orphanage, and that's where he met Bentley and Murray. Together, they became one of the greatest video game characters in PlayStation history. However, I wouldn't be surprised if I asked every single soccer mom or any form of parent, asked them, "Oh, hey, do you remember Sly Cooper?" And they give me either a somewhat yes or a good chunk of probably a no. Okay, sorry about that. They grew up stealing things from the orphanage, and their first heist was a jar of cookies. Lucky them, because I do love myself a good cookie right now. Right now I'm sitting here throbbing in pain. The pain in my mouth is not really there anymore, though I can feel it from the back of my throat. There's a tiny bit of lightheadedness, but not much anymore, though it's the stomach that's really dealing with it the most. So the first mission, their first actual mission in the real world, was a police headquarters where Sly can find a file, a very important file that he needed for tracking down the Furious Five. And however, that file was in the hands of a female cop, which is Carmen Lee the Fox. Believe it or not, I had a very big crush on her when I was a kid. Yes, call me a furry, I don't care. And Sly Cooper was basically in love with her, like he wants to get the little with her. Can't believe I just did that. And he steals the file from her, so that way he can track down the Fiendish Five. Each time Uh, um, each level is uniquely designed based off where it's at. Sir Rod the Frog was based off like a um I actually don't know what. Oh, my stomach. I don't know. It's like an island, I guess. And Sir Rod the Frog is the technician expert. He creates machinery. You get a little origins with him. And Sly explains where he was once a rich man, like a decently good person, but he grew bored of that, and so he switched from being a nobleman to a villain, and Clockwork. Uh, that's when Clockwork recruited him as their machine specialist. Eventually, Sly Cooper caught up to Sir Raleigh and defeated him in a bit of a platform boss battle-like thing. Next up is Mugshot. He is the muscle. While he has no brains, he is brute force muscle, and he also carries a like a little like mini machine gun pistol-looking things. Next up is Miss Ruby. Mugshot lives in Mesa City, which is like Los Angeles. I'm gonna have a fiery poop coming out of my butt soon. What time am I on? 44 minutes in. Um, okay, now back to Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby is the croc. She is I don't really know how like a fortune teller kind of thing. She uses the art of dark magic, I guess. She had a bit of a sad backstory, which causes her to become the villain because she was a croc and no one wanted to be her friend because she was a croc. So she learns the mystic dark arts and uses psychic powers and all that blah 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 stuff. She lives in a swamp area, which I remember. Which I remember as a kid. That was the farthest I ever gotten as a kid. When the Okay, let's try this again. Miss Ruby, her boss fight consists of rhythms. You have to deal with it 4 or 5 times. You have to use rhythm. Like if you see an X, you have to follow the rhythm. If you get the rhythm right, you don't get damaged. If you do, you'll basically die. Okay, it's calmed down a bit though. Upon talking, it's just gonna come back up. Anyway, next up is the Panda King. His boss fight is basically just dodge all his attacks and try to get down his pattern of how he attacks. He can attack from both close range and long range. He has one long range attack, which is basically him throwing a fireballs at you. After you get close to him, he has three different types of physical attacks. He has a chop attack where it's just like that. So you have to dodge. So you need to dodge from either the left or the right. Next up is his Palms of Thunder, where he slams on the ground. So that's when you need to jump. Then he Um, then he has his firing wheel, which is another jump thing that you need to do. There's no avoiding it unless you count pulling back a bit. Next up is Clockwork. He is a multi-phase boss. The first time you fight him, you're using Carmelita's jetpack. After the first phase, he falls down on top of a large structure. Your goal is to get to the top to damage him. Once again, some of these phases I could be wrong. Maybe it's anyway, after you reach the top, you can start doing the damage. Then goes to phase 3, where it turns into a platform, where you need to do a bunch of platforming and avoid all obstacles until you get to his head. That's where you can bash the living heck out of him. After that, you basically beat the game. Now about Sly himself, he is the one of two characters you can play as. The other one is Murray for a different way. Sly is a thief. He carries around his cane, which was inherited from his father. And he attacks enemies with it. Also, this Sly Cooper game in particular, you get instead of an HP bar, you have multi hits. If you get hit, you can only take 3 hits, depending if you have a horseshoe. There are 2 types of horseshoes. There's a gold. There's a normal and a gold. If you have the silver horseshoe, you can take 1 hit. If you have the gold, you can take 2 hits. If you don't have neither of those horseshoes and you die, it's a game over. You lose a life. The game lives. I think there's lives somewhere around the level, but you mainly get gold. If you get 100 gold, you get a life. Another thing about Sly is that for each boss, you with each boss, you defeat, you get Page of the Thieves Raccoonus. Also, before that, out of the world, there are clues. Each world and stage has its clues. You get your first set of clues from the first part of the stage at the beginning, and you have to collect all, I think, like in between 25 to 30 clues. After that, Bentley will tell you what numbers you need to press in order to unlock the safes. Each safe contains a one page of the Thieves Raccoonus. These pages, they give you some abilities. It can either be different forms of attacks, like a jump cane attack, where not like jumping and press square, but if you press triangle, slide kind of does like a little lunge and spins his cane around. Four more minutes. The blue is completely gone from my tongue. Uh, I think that's all the games I'm going to talk about, even though I have a bit more. The 1 hour is almost up, and I'm not going to take any risk with the Iron Gut. That video may say an hour and 4 minutes, but I was already doing a bunch of blah 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 talking even before I ate the chip, which is why it's important for me to have the stopwatch. Ugh. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It's almost over. I will admit the challenge is not that bad. And once again, I'm not going to count water as a sort of relief. Once again, water just makes it worse. So this does not count. However, if I ate ice cream or even drink any of the milk, that will be an instant game over. Throwing up will also have been an instant game over, but thankfully my Iron Gut was kicking in a good few times. 1 minute. I think I'm actually doing maybe box openings of maybe collector's editions or maybe deluxe editions of stuff, because this actually feels like it's really interesting actually. So I think I might try to do that. I think some of y'all might like it. If you all would like for me to do deluxe editions or box openings, then hey, let me know in the comments and I'll do it. There we go, folks. 1 hour. 1 hour. I survived 1 hour. I'm not risking it. Oh wow. Most of the chocolate ice cream melted. Give me some. Uh, uh, some milk. Uh, uh. Hope you all enjoyed this one chip challenge for me. I would still like to thank every single one of y'all, all 417. Maybe I might get an extra sub or two before this video comes out, because I'm going to have to send this to my Gmail. That way I can begin editing, see what parts I can find funny for shorts, to see what I can find. Anyway, this is the 400 sub special. If this doesn't get me to 500 subs, oh well. I'm just glad I can entertain y'all with either facial expressions or the pain that I was in. But once again, just thank you all again for the 400 subs. I'm very appreciative and very thankful. And fudge y'all so much for having me get. Well, actually, no, that'll be my fault, because I didn't know what to ask for it. Sontendo signing out. See you all for 500 subs.